You acquire the ability to stop time by snapping your fingers. You realize you are not immune. You are dying, cold and alone, while recorded on a drone dropping grenades around you. The video is uploaded with background music mocking your demise. Me when I unfreeze time after 4,000 years, only to realize everyone was conscious the entire time. One of the most frightening things I've ever heard is when someone pointed out that the existence of the uncanny valley implies that at some point there was an evolutionary reason to be afraid of something that looked human but wasn't. I'm lost in IKEA. Who are these people? Planet Earth spends years transmitting radio frequencies into deep space. After receiving and decoding an interplanetary signal, it reads "Be quiet, they'll hear us." When you're out with your abrasive girlfriend and another woman looks at you. Thanks, now she is gonna beat me later. Fake estrogen pills that actually increase the body's production of testosterone and slowly poison the person taking them. They would also increase the production of estrogen for people assigned female at birth. The people behind the scam were a Neonese group that ran a transphobic hate page. This is not only meant to obtain personal information from buyers and sabotage their transition, but also a plan for straight up mass murder. I believe they are no longer available, but be aware of scams like this. Stay safe. Oh, that's a scam literally meant to target and Caltrain's women. 12-year-old me chilling in bed when I finally realized the implications of my mom being 28 and my incarcerated real dad being 47. I've watched so many gore and texture videos that nothing you show me will affect me. I'm immune to sadness. When all the monkeys simultaneously start to write the first million digits of pi before they write a fully detailed concept called the horrifying implications of the existence of consciousness and then returning to randomly mash the keys. Girls at sleepovers. Let's summon a demon. Oh my god, this is gonna be so fun. Boys at sleepovers. Who keeps summoning them? I miss the old, fun new. Places a bottle of alcohol on the table. Me, a recovering alcoholic. Your favorite YouTube journalist is found dead in his home. His body is found decapitated. There are signs of a struggle. Cause of death listed as seaside. How it started. Wanna go out sometime? Oh my god, yes. How it ended. Day 1. My boyfriend asked me to get him a can of Coke, so I got him one. He then told me that he wanted Pepsi and not Coke. Weird lol. Oh boy, I sure do enjoy celebrating Christmas above 40 degrees north. I hope no one stalks me, textures my family, and forces me to make macabre toys. Microplastics found on the ocean's floor. Microplastics found in the meat, milk and blood of farm animals. Microplastics found in a human fetus. When you're a fast animal and slow hairless apes try to run you down and kill you with primitive short-range weapons, they never get tired. I have always been an intruder, but when I found you, I felt like a guest. Me watching the so-called atheists start praying to God as I attach the car battery clamps to their tentacles. Me listening to the man I looked up to for my entire childhood laugh and congratulate me for getting lucky with my teacher. It took me months to muster up the courage to tell someone what she did to me. Me watching my bully seizure violently in a puddle of his own blood after I finally fight back when they tell me he died at the hospital and I will be charged with manslaughter without bail. Hey guys, did you know that animals involved in cases of best ability develop behavioral symptoms eerily similar to victims of child sexual abuse? Everybody gangster till something knocks the door of the spaceship from the outside. If you die, the answer is at the same time. That's not a loss. That's a draw. Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks' answer. Me as a disembodied spirit watching as my 4 callers only get 17 years maximum, even though they bragged about texturing me for 44 days. You bring home a baby chimpanzee. You raise him for well over a decade the best you can. He ignores your pleas one day when your friend comes to visit. You dialed 911, but it was too late. While hunting for your tribe, you see a field of skinned buffalo rotting away. This winter may be the end of us now. You're a middle school teacher who's just caught one of your best students cheating on an exam. You inform him that you'll have to notify his parents. His eyes widen, and all color drains from his face. He begins sobbing, hyperventilating, and begging you not to tell. As you reach out your hand to calm him down, he flinches back. When the can of beans you booby trapped in no man's land goes off, followed by the wailing moans of a dying man all night. My parents at 20. Let's have a baby. Fine idea. Me at 20. Gee, I sure hope my dealt in the upcoming water wars is relatively painless. Nobody came for me. The hand always moves slightly faster than you. 1. Stop running away. 2. The hand now moves only slightly faster than 0 meters per second. 3. Pray it won't reach you until the next 24 hours election. 9-year-old me thinking my parents died because they are taking longer than usual at the store. Step 1. Be home's Legacies concentration camp. Step 2. The allies come to rescue you. They keep you in the camp. They keep you in the camp. Fun facts with Squidward. So you remember how you saw, heard, smelled and felt nothing before you were born. That could happen after you die. This short lifetime could be your only and temporary escape from the void. Spend time with your family and enjoy life, because this might be the only chance you get. Me leaving the only home I've ever known on an escape pod, watching as Earth's core collapses in on itself as I drift hopelessly into the vast dark emptiness of space, alone with only my thoughts until the end of my days. Boy, nothing beats a relaxing day on a Pacific beach. People who had traumatizing childhood experiences. Oh, you think you can hurt my feelings? I grew up in a very abusive environment because my parents used to slap me lightly on the face every single night, and my parents yell at me for getting 10 marks out of 100 in my exam. You cannot even begin to fathom how bad my childhood is. I have grown so much that your weak arguments are useless against me. So come at me, brother. Show me what you've got. People who actually had traumatizing childhood experiences. I'm sorry, you were actually right. Please don't start an argument. You have invented a device that can translate thoughts into video. You hook it up to a dying old man. You will glimpse past the veil of doubt. As the man ice, all you see on your screen is the word error. You never programmed an error message into the device. Me asking the 14-year-old if she'd like a receipt for her purchase of a box of razors, a robe, and a stool. I will lose my job if I ask if she's okay. I need to feed my children. We did it. After eons upon eons of evolution, humanity has been visited by an Lovecraftian cosmic horror, but our weapons were strong enough to kill it. We killed a god. Humanity now is a primitive horror, a species that didn't ascend, but are still a treat without precedence. The entities that rule reality have never seen an organic life form this dangerous before. Come on and on, you're the one that didn't want to use a condo. This is how we have to do this now. Don't be a catty, just kick me down the steps, okay? When you let the customer hold one of the display guns and he pulls out a loaded magazine and chambers it right in front of you. When the deer I've been stalking for an hour stands on its hind legs and tells me the date of my delt. Me, a kindergarten teacher, wondering why a girl drew herself without arms in the family drawing. Me watching my kind and gentle father mercilessly beat a burglar long after he is already dead. Kids raised by bad dads. Kids raised by bad moms. When the guards tie you to a boat and start feeding you milk and honey. Oh Neptune. Hey Canada, how's it going? Euthanasia is now a leading cause of death in Canada, and ethicists are freaking out. Our research team found a perfectly preserved microorganism below the permafrost. The organism is still alive and parasitic, capable of rapid reproduction. Everything burns. I can't breathe. Me after hospitalizing my uncle the first time I fight back against him after a lifetime of abase. I thought you were. I thought you were stronger. You get a machine maintenance job at a metalworking facility. You notice a press making a strange noise and decide to restart it. Someone was already working on the press. I called the police, but they said they can't do anything. The landlord says the guy pays his rent. He just never comes out unless I leave my room. Then he stares at me from down the hall. Me finally get out from years of heavy depression and start to have an optimistic vision of the world, seeing a news about some flowers starting to grow in Antarctica. POV. You watch your fellow Americans argue over pointless shit, distracted from the fact that politicians are conspiring to take away human rights for political gain. Kids that think machine guns go brrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr He's smiling at you, welcoming you into his enclosure. Your mom's not watching you anyway, may as well do it for the meme. They are so similar to humans, what could go wrong? He's still so similar to humans, but you aren't. You die an atheist after living a long and loving life. You lived a good life and you're ready for eternal rest. You wake up. Me when I'm on my way to the hospital because my son suffered an almost fatal brain aneurysm. His heart is barely beating and I see a bunch of climate change activists who glued themselves to the road. I have to make a decision quickly. POV, you're in North Australia and decide to cannonball into a crystal clear river. Too late, you see at the last second why that was a bad idea. The insert any special force team is outside. Insurgents. Hostages. The Spetsnaz is outside. Insurgents. Hostages. We all have that one friend that, if your car was flipped over in an accident, you would still look at each other and start laughing. That feeling when there was a ballistic missile alert and you get in your bunker with 5 years of supplies, but your family wasn't home, so you don't know if they are alive or not, and after 5 years you exit the bunker to see the world the same as you left it, but your family assumed you dead. The alert was a prank, and you lost 5 years of your life because of it. Me staring at the monkeys perfectly typing the exact plan of the experiment, then returning back to random symbols. The bank robber who got in my car and threatened me to drive, watching me run over multiple children and families on the side of the road. I can pin it all on him when this is over. Bored bus driver texting. Kid whose smile lights up a room. After years of hard work, you finally develop cure for answer. Mankind is saved. Nothing can ruin this moment of your life. When you are living a fulfilling and happy life for 10 years with a beautiful wife and 2 kids, but suddenly see the perspective of the lamp looks odd. As an immortal, you aren't scared of messing with the cartel. They chain you to a chair and toss you into the asphalt pit. The last face the alternate makes. Before I beat the living shit out of it for waking me up at 3 in the morning. Listen to my parents and pay attention in school. Learn about science like physics, anthropology, and astronomy. Learn scientific method and apply knowledge to test how my belief system holds up to reality. Discover that God and Jesus as taught to me can't possibly exist in our universe. Feel smart figuring out that it is work of fiction like Santa Claus to make children behave better. Share discovery with others, proud to show I don't believe in childish thing anymore. Get abandoned by parents for being an atheist. Get abandoned by parents for being an atheist. You buy a new paintball gun. You decide to shoot it at a wasp nest to destroy it. The wasps fly through your neighbor's open window and violently attack him. The neighbor ice from the wasp venom, and you get arrested for manslaughter. You are denied bail. Wow, is this your room? It's so cool. Yay, just make sure to close the bathroom window after midnight. It's already 12:14. Why shouldn't I? The girl you like. Her father. Her brother. Her ex. The creature stalking her for 4 years since the accident that altered her life forever. You see your first deer while hunting. It smashes its own head open on a rock and starts clicking its brain matter. Teacher, you can't get jump scared by a still image. Me. You're thrown into a tank stuffed with others like you, not nearly big enough to even hold one of you. The ammonia buildup burns away at your scene. The blaring light nearly blinds you, but you have nowhere to escape from it. The rocks you ate causes your stomach to churn. Your poor health, coupled with the tank conditions and your tank mate's hunger, causes your gills to rot. Suddenly, a Minecraft-obsessed 6-year-old with a recently bought tank bowl and gravel point at you as you start to see the employee reach for you. Help. Me watching the doctors trying to fix my broken leg and knowing that this will be their last day at work. They don't know what I am. Doubt. Happy people. People who genuinely want to die. The police. Are you two friends? Me. If I could talk. No. The man at the bar who dogged me, carrying my limp body to his car. Yes. You are a 19-year-old college student with a fun summer job at an amusement park. As time goes on, you do your job on autopilot. You check that the green lights are on to indicate everyone's locked in their seats. But you manually had to adjust the restraint on an obese kid. You forgot the weight limit clearly indicated in the operating manual. He fell out. A kid died because you did not do your job correctly. You have to live with this now. Today's the day. Today's the day you get to find out what's on the other side. Today's the day you get to be free of this place. 13 years on Death Row. You'd volunteer to go to hell just for a change of scenery. As the CO walks you to the section chamber, you think about your life, your successes, your failures, things you wish you'd done differently. But as they start to inject you, you only have one thought going through your head. I hope they find the guy that actually did it. You live in a small quiet town in 1985 USA. A young man just came out guy. You don't understand, so you and your friends bully him. You heard gunfire. Not even his family is sad. In fact, they're happy. Ohio is funny. No, Ohio isn't funny at all. There is microplastics in your blood that can break your brain barrier. Big companies are responsible for 70% of pollution worldwide. My furry friend sent me a package. I haven't heard from him since he tried on the fursuit I got for him. Wow. He got me my very own fursuit. I'm not a furry, but it'd be rude of me to not try it on. I'm kind of excited. I'm still alive, but I can't move, and I'm having trouble breathing, and my stomach feels weird. After a malfunction, your time machine breaks and you go out to gather supplies in some forest. At night, you come across what looks like a warped tree and decide to inspect it up close with your flashlight. You realize there is no bark on it, but fur instead. You hear two clops from above you. The year is 2043. Humans have figured out a way to keep you alive without your body as a form of texture. You're only the nervous system. You exist, but you can't see, hear, feel, or scream. You only have your thoughts, and they are getting crazier every day. You continue to live in agony for the rest of your life. Me meets a nice and pretty girl. Also that girl, after I fall asleep during our first sleepover. Me with the blood virus. My Jehovah Witness parents, they won't let me have a transfusion. That could save me. I got hired as a caretaker for a wealthy couple's dogs while they're away on vacation. They offer me a drink and detail my list of duties. They show me to the room they keep the dogs, but there are no dogs here, nor anything at all, and I'm starting to feel strange. I haven't eaten in days and they won't stop beating me. My face when I try to commit suicide, but instead of dying I leave myself in a near vegetative state watching as the family that once loved me grows to resent me. You are happy as you see how excited your dog is when you get ready for your trip to Yellowstone National Park. While getting out of the car you failed to hold your dog back as he jumped out of the car and ran straight into one of the boiling heat lakes. You can do nothing but watch as he screams in agony, dying one of the most painful deaths imaginable. When you are newborn male chicken and avoids the meat blender, but now will die of paint poisoning for the amusement of a child. Will you press the button? End all suffering on Earth for all future generations to come. But one person, chosen at random, gets sentenced to texture for all of eternity. Me pressing the button without hesitation. Me when I realize who pulled the short straw. The paint is slowly killing you. You've been taken from your home and shoved into a painted shell. You're stuffed in a tiny cage with your brothers, who are also wearing those ugly and unnatural shells. You can feel the fumes choking you. The paint is starting to flake off. The paint is falling into your mouth. There is no hope. My face when I try out my real life save state device that I can use to quick save during my life so that in case I die, it can load me back to that point. I will experience a fatal heart attack in approximately 8 seconds. 20-year-old me jumping into a small lake my friends have found. Easy. 30-year-old accepting the fact that I'll never move without a wheelchair due to my past mistakes. Hard. When you're in the park pushing your newborn in a stroller and suddenly a man with a hat asks, "Password?" and you jokingly respond apples before he hands you a bag that contains 12 kilograms of Peruvian cookwhen and hurriedly jogs away. Today, a rocket missed me by 500 meters. Pro-war mother duckers, when their legs are blown off and they scream for their mother, she will not come, and they died for nothing. Me at age 4 having my first realization of Sonda. Step on ant in room. It won't die and crawls in pain. Try to stop its suffering by stepping on it again. It won't die. Feel bad. You eat a macaca. It heals you. You start looking for the part of your body that turned into stone in exchange. You can't find or feel it at all. What the duck did it take? Me, no guys, I'm not gonna get bulk iced. I'm a great decker. This shut is child's play. My foolish ace 12 seconds later. Zombie fans when a zombie apocalypse finally starts, but instead of being an instantaneous overnight disaster, it's an exponentially building plague that destroys society and everything they know and love over the course of several weeks.